Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are going to be tinkering around with the Bronco yet again. There's a couple little things I want to take care of. We're going on our yearly winter camp trip in just a few weeks, so I want to make sure the Bronco is in tip-top shape so we don't end up like we did last year during winter camp. So with that being said, let's get the Bronco in the garage. We'll talk about what we got to do.
Spot right there. Okay, we're good. Now I gotta make sure I get it on the lift. Yeah, perfect.
Good. Just hear that thing idle? She idles. It's great. Quick little update on the Bronco here. I was able to daily drive this thing all week. That was the first time in my 3 years of ownership that I was able to actually daily drive this thing to work for all 4 days that I go to work. It idled great, it ran great. I am super happy that I was able to actually drive this thing and know that it's reliable now and it just works. It's so rewarding. Couldn't be happier with it. Now let's dive into what we're gonna do today. So one of the first things I want to address is my twin sticks. Let's hop in the truck and I'll show you what I'm talking about. If you're new to the channel, you might not know this. Last winter camp, I grenaded my Borg Warner transfer case. It snapped in half completely. So after that, I swapped the transfer case with an MP205 out of a 70s Ford. Because of that swap, I had to install these twin sticks. These are from JB Custom Fabrication. I have videos on the twin stick install and the transfer case swap install that I'll link below. I used to have them here, but then when I swapped my Mazda Trans to a ZF5, I also linked that video down below. I had to move it because the ZF5 is a much bigger transmission, so it wouldn't fit here anymore, and I had to move them over here. So ever since I moved them over here, they're a little bit trickier to shift. I came in here already and tried to mess with them just to make sure I was kind of correct on this. But this is front and this is rear. I'm able to shift the front pretty easily. I think it's high, neutral, and I can't get it into low, I think. I don't know, I need to get it up on the lift to really tell. But I got the rear into low, but now I can't get it out of low. It takes a lot to get into it. So I emailed John at JB Custom Fab, told him the issues I'm having. I told him I thought about going to taller arms. I don't know if that's really gonna solve my issue if I already have some binding. He told me to check my detents on the shifter rods themselves. We'll go into there and I'll show you what I'm talking about. And possibly buy the adjustable detents he has. So let's get this thing up on the lift. Let's go underneath. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about and figure out how we can address this situation. Alrighty, we're switching to the GoPro because it's gonna be a lot easier to maneuver around under here. So there's a couple things I'm looking at under here, and that is to make sure the cables aren't bound or kinked up anywhere, and they look to be pretty good. They got a nice big radius in them. Maybe I need to make them more wider, which I can do that. And they seem to be pretty good up against the shifters here too. So first thing I wanna do is I wanna make sure that these cables are tight where they need to be and not loose, and they all seem to be. And then the other thing that we want to check is up here, which I can't really see. I'm kind of just taking you guys up there. It's kind of difficult to see because the shifter's in the way, but if you look, you see the shifter rod and then you see this bolt here. These are the shifter detents. There's a spring and a ball bearing in here that help the shifter ride. The suggestion from John was to loosen these two up and see if that helps with the shifting. So we're gonna give that a shot. And then while this thing's up on the lift, we're going to check all the bolts, brakes, drive lines, cross supports, basically anything I've ever touched. So like every bolt down here. Anything that's crucial, anything that could cause me to break something really bad or leave me stranded, we're gonna check those bolts, make sure we're good for winter camp, and then hopefully we can get this thing shifting good, then we can go to some new testing grounds I found locally. Yes, a 3/4. I should have known. Okay. Just a little loose. Now I gotta figure out how to do this one. That should be as easy as popping this connector off. Oh, that's loose. All right. Hopefully that's up and out of the way enough.
Okay, loosen those up a little bit. Lock that into place.
Okay, we just loosened up those detents. They're super loose. I'm worried they're gonna fall out if we drive like this, so we'll have to keep that in mind. If this works, I'm just gonna order the adjustable detents from JB Custom Fab. But I want to test it, so I'm gonna put it on the ground because I feel like the shifting is gonna act a little different on the ground. So let's see what that does. Okay, back on the ground. I got the GoPro underneath, pointing at the shifter assembly itself because I'm a little worried that the mounting's not as strong. It wasn't as strong as the first location I had it, and I never had issues shifting on the first location. So let's get up in here. All right, so this guy was stuck in low. It's still a pain in the ass. Oh, there it goes. See, it should not be that tight. So that's high, neutral, and low. I just jumped past it. It's definitely easier, but God, getting it out of low is such a pain in the ass. Ouch. Yeah, I know. So I had these custom bent for when they were over here to clear the shifter. If I had them like the factory arms that aren't custom like this, I feel like it would shift a lot easier in this location. But okay, I think that's high, neutral, and I can't get this thing to low. Right, because that's high, neutral, low. Yeah, so this, oh, there it goes. Oh, that's right, you have to have that in, I remember now. That needs to be in low. Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, it should not be that stiff. Okay, 4 high, neutral. And that went to low. Neutral. Low. Low. And wait. Neutral. Why are you such a pain? Well, it seemed to have helped. When I was at Bronco Safari, I was shifting with the jack handle. I took these off and grabbed a jack handle here and I was like, "Truck, truck, truck." But I think that's better. So I'm gonna order the adjustable detents. But yeah, I think that's the solution. I'm gonna go check the GoPro footage, see if there's any binding up that we can take care of now, and go from there. Okay, so as you can see on the GoPro footage, the cable that controls the rear is, it looked like I had more threads poking out on the other side of the bracket, and the rod that the cable actually sleeves to was kind of, I guess, hanging down a little bit. It looked looked like it was causing it to bind and flex, so I'm gonna try and adjust the cable back on that one a little bit to try and match how the front's laid out, and then hopefully that does it. I'm not quite sure, but that's kind of what I'm thinking right now, and then we'll kind of go from there. So I'm gonna go tinker with this, and then also do a nut and bolt check, and then I'll update you guys when we get there. Okay, the cables are adjusted. Hopefully that does the trick. We'll find out once I get this thing down. I also did a nut and bolt check. Found more loose bolts than I wanted to. Nothing too major except for the drive line. Got it loose again, the front drive line. The reason my transfer case broke last time. I don't know what to do about that one. I torqued the shit out of those ones to the point where I was worried they might break or something. Yeah, let's get this thing down and see if she shifts better. So I believe we are in 4 high. So neutral, neutral, low, low. Oh, it's still such a pain in the ass. Oh my God. Well, it shifts, even though it's not as easy as I want it to be. High, neutral, low. It goes into low super easy, but wow, is it a pain to get out of low. Whatever. I think it's good enough. Everything else is good, so I guess I can't complain too much. I'm gonna send this video once it's out to John. See what he thinks. I'll give you guys an update. I think I'm gonna order those adjustable detents though, because with the transfer case with those loose, they seem to be better. So yeah, I think I want to do some driving around and actually test this out and make sure we're good. Make sure our 4-wheel drive still feels good. So yeah, let's get this thing out of the garage and go play around a little bit before the sun goes down. We'll get these tires aired up, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, Cole gets here at a decent time so we can do some filming before the sun goes down. She's almost down. Good old winter.
Oh, hold on. I gotta be over here. Oh, digging a hole. You're digging it deeper, you goddamn.
Dirt's too loose. And I'm in low, so.
Well, that should help. Hey! Your back is not spinning, only your front. Your sticks aren't in. Yeah, that'll solve some problems.
Yeah.
Don't forget to subscribe. That's what you're supposed to say.
Alrighty, test run was super successful. That was a really awesome time. Everything worked out exactly how it should. That spot was super good too. I actually found that spot from another local YouTuber. I'll leave a link to his channel below. He's got a Jeep Willys that he body swapped onto a Chevy C10. Really cool build. He just finished a 3-link on the rear suspension with airbags. It's super awesome. Hopefully soon, me and him can go out wheeling. We definitely want to make a video with him. Shout out to Ben from Adventures Aimless. Definitely go check out his channel. Super cool stuff. Yeah, the 4-wheel drive works pretty good. I put the truck in low. I should have filmed the shifting. it worked well. I got it to shift out of low pretty easily. It was still a little stiff, but it wasn't as bad. So I think the adjustable detents from JB Custom Fab will be my answer to those problems. We got the Bronco back in the shop. We got it on the lift again. There's one more thing I want to do before we go to winter camp, and that is get some snow chains for the Bronco. I got a tote of chains here that I got from Dilly. He gifted them to me. They are semi-chains. There's 4 of them. I didn't realize I had 4. I thought they were just 2. But they're for semi-tires, so they're a little bit bigger than 37s. We're going to dive into these, cut them to length, mock them up, get them to fit good on these, and then we should have a nice set for winter camp. I don't know if we're gonna need them because it hasn't been snowing a whole lot, but we're definitely gonna be bringing them. Okay, it took me a really long time to kind of set this up and figure out how much I need to cut. I still don't know if it's enough, but we're gonna start there. So, got it mocked up, and I have some cut marks somewhere along here, and there it is. We're gonna cut this little bit off, see if she fits, and go from there. Alrighty, we got her mocked up. We got her pretty tight. She probably could be tighter, but I don't know. I've never done chains before, so they seem to be tight. And like when I spin it, there's not like any, you know, anything dropping right here. What you're hearing is the excess that I need to cut more. So I think we're all right for what we have. There's just this random link that's in here for some reason, and then at the end here we have to cut off this other rib. And then on the back side, cut off a few more links, and we should be good to go. So I'm gonna take this off, cut all this stuff off on the bench, and then grab a second pair, line it up, and cut it the same. Alrighty, just completed the mock-up, looking good. Yeah, I think I cut an extra link on the second set here. I had to, where's the connector at? I had to throw an add-a-link in here because it just wasn't quite reaching. She's still super tight. They're both super tight now that all of them are cinched down. Pretty happy with them. They look super good, especially on the fronts. I was told you want chains on the front actually in 4-wheel drive applications. So I mocked them up on the front for that reason. And if you see me using chains, they will be for the front tires. I still have 2 more sets. I could go 4 chains, but I don't need to roll that deep. That'll just get me somewhere I shouldn't be. Alrighty guys, that's gonna be it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are on the chains, on the 4-wheel drive situation, or how the Bronco actually performed on the dirt road. It's the first time I actually like went and ripped on it with the sniper. So love to hear you guys' feedback. Definitely let me know. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.